Welcome, many thanks indeed for calling through. Lovely to have you with me and fantastic to be with you. Well, just the one bet so far which has run on the main line today. A horse backed in from 6-1 last night into 11-4. Motta Tabak finished 3-1 actually and finished second. Thought with a better ride it probably would have won. The jockey was outrode, no doubt about it. But each way, 6-1 into 3-1. Leaving one horse still to run. That runs at Kempton tonight, and I'm going to repeat that one for you in a moment. But just before I do, I've got 5 horses for you on Thursday, all coming free of charge. You must excuse me because I'm just looking at. I'll tell you what I'm looking at. Look, it's my laptop there. It's my laptop. That's what's going on. I'm just getting a website up there which has got all the odds on. I think we know what we're talking about, don't we? And so yeah, I've got 5 horses tomorrow. Must excuse me for looking away from the camera, but I just want to just double check what the prices are on these horses. Last night I gave you 2 horses, I say Motta Bake, well, whatever that was, Motta Bake. I can't say it, can I? It's just not going to happen. Well, 6-1 into 3-1, finished second and should have won with probably a better ride. The one tonight, and I'll give you these 5 new ones in a minute, is Imperium in the 8 o'clock at Kempton. Now, when I gave it out last night, it was 9-1 across the board. Looking now, it's 4-1 across the board, so halved in the price and more. So a good luck with Imperium tonight. Let's hope it wins or certainly places. And you've got the each way double up with Motta Bake. That's not how you say it, but that's it. I'm not going to say it anymore. It's a scourge in my life today, that horse. But finished second, ran well, probably should have won, but there we go. You can't do much about it. Now, let me just tell you that 5 bets tomorrow, but there are a couple of 3 inspections going on at racetracks up and down the country. So we're in the lap of the gods. We can't do much about the elements. But I've got 2 bets at Chelmsford, which should go ahead. No question about that. And those 2 are 6-1. And 14-1, so that's a nice 100-1 double there. We'll put that on there, 100-1 double. I've also got 2 at Taunton. Now that the people in charge there, the clerk of the course, etc., quite confident it's going to go ahead. Temperatures have risen to +4, so we're hopeful we'll go ahead there. And I've got 2 nice price ones there. Should be good prices, and I like the look of them as well. I'm going to start with the Chelmsford horses because although they're running at night, they're definitely going ahead. The Taunton horses are going to follow it in a minute. And then I've got 1 dark horse at Clonmel where there also is an inspection taking place. And that one's on a horse with no form to its name, but is set up to do the job, in my opinion, and from a stable which can land huge touches. And I'll tell you all about that one as well. That's at Clonmel. So 5 horses to come up. They're all going to be free of charge. I'm just going to swing round to the other side, give you my side profile here, and tell you I've got a list of winners here. Heritage of Silver, 9-1. Merlin Giant, 9-2. I've got a list here. Gold Cup Bailey, 130. Le Rave, 9-1 into 11-4. Never Dark, 7-1 into 7-2. Man on a Mission, 11-1. Lebowski last Saturday, 9-2. Amor de Miss Vida, 16-1, an extra bet. That was on Monday. And then each way, Spitfire Girl, 11-1. Blue Caracao, 6-1. Ballymacroty Boy, 8-1. All each way, all framed. Verdance, 14-1. That one was on the same day as those 3 which won at 250-1. So if you had the each way acca there, your job done. 5-Star Getaway on Saturday, maximum, 10-1, 7-1 each way. Echo Watt, 7-1 into 9-2 yesterday, placed as well. And there we go. 3 places yesterday, Spitfire Girl, Blue Carioco and Ballymacroty Boy. What I'm trying to say to you is that's in the last week. That's just in 1 week with me on there. And I'm striking very, very high indeed. And over 42% of my horses win or place at odds of at least 7-1. That's paydays. 42% of the horses I tip win or place at 7-1. And that little lot there have just been in the last 7-8 days, and including a 250-1 treble, 54-1 double, plus it would have been more because one of the horses that day didn't run, so you'd have had a Trixie up or a treble up. But all the other winners there are all there, 16-1, 11-1. But the overriding factor is most of my horses run a big race and are there or thereabouts at big prices. I said I wouldn't say it again, like the horse earlier today, Motta Bake, which certainly ran a real big race indeed. And Imperium tonight, 9 to 1 into 4 to 1. So there we go. I just thought I'd tell you that. I've had about 600 new subscribers in the last 2 months. So I'm just putting in the picture that my horse's average price is 7 to 1, and my average strike rate for win and place is 42%. That's over 2 years, not just 2 weeks. All right? All right, stay bright, as Alan Freeman say, not off. Right, let's go to Chelmsford for the first bet of Thursday. And there's a big price one. It's put in at 14 to 1. And I could see this horse being real punted. I could. It's got nothing really for the... for the assessor to go on in this race. It's the 5:30 at Chelmsford. It's a 7 furlong handicap. And number 2 here, it's called Cahors Retreat. Cahors Retreat, trained by David Evans and ridden by Rossa Ryan. Now, David Evans is no one's fool, and he's got this filly in a handicap for the first time, have the proverbial 3 runs. The horse has gone off at 22 to 1, 80 to 1 and 100 to 1. In 3 runs, 8th of September, 29th of September and the 5th of November, a bonfire night as they say. Well, 100 to 1, 80 to 1, 22 to 1 says its own story, and where the horse finished was 9th of 10, 12th of 12 and 5th of 7. It's only beat 3 horses home out of 29. So nothing much would suggest that this horse, this filly, can win. However, I'm going to disagree with that. And I think wearing the visor for the first time, I think this filly's got an outstanding chance of winning. And I think that David Evans knows that. And it's been placed strategically into an absolute stinking nursery. It really is. It's just a 0 to 55. And I've got to say that this horse is ready to strike. No question about that in my mind. It's a fantastic bit of placing by David Evans. He's got the horse handicapped perfectly off of just a mark of 56. And although the assessor has absolutely 0 to go on, it won't have to be very good to win this race. He's drawn 7, so no problem there. It's a 2-year-old with no form whatsoever. And although it did cost 80,000 as a 2-year-old, it cost 80,000. So, there's a bit of something about this filly. And I really think she could be a little bit better than these. And, David Evans, as I say, nobody's fool. He's got this horse in a very, very ordinary nursery handicap, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it popped up. They put it in at a big price, 14 to 1, and there's not much of a downside to that, is it? I think it's one of those horses that could finish unplaced, but it'll, I doubt that. I think it's there to do the business. 64 winners Evans has had this year, and this could well be a 65th. Number 2, Cahors Retreat, 5:30 at Chelmsford. As I say, it's a real unexposed horse. 3 zeros, gone off at 22s, 80s and 100 to 1 in 3 pops at the Cherry. And it could well go straight into the winning enclosure tomorrow in the 5:30 at Cheltenham. 14 runners go to post. All right, there's your first bet of the night. That's a big one, 14 to 1. I'd probably say take the price if you can. The 8 o'clock at Chelmsford is my only other bet at the Essex-based all-weather track. And it's a horse I'm very, very sweet on here. And I'm hoping I've got the right race here. I think I may have wrote the wrong race now. So, silly me. Let me just double check what I've done here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you the price as well, so we know where we are. Right. Yeah, it's the 8:30. It's the 8:30. Number 2, anyway. It's called Stormcatcher. Priced at 6 to 1. And I think this has got a great chance, I really do. Runs off a mark of 73 and ridden for the first time by David Probert, who rides Chelmsford really well. And although Simon Pearce doesn't have too many winners, the trainer, rather unfashionable, that's why this horse obviously started at a better price than I think it should do. And I'll be disappointed if it doesn't run a very big race indeed. 6 winners from 98 runners at Simon Pearce. And number 2, Stormcatcher, has got a really, really big chance. One of the key factors in this race, and I'll come to these Taunton horses and Clonmel horses in a minute, but I've just got to tell you that one of the key factors in this race is that the races so far for this one haven't been really run to suit. And it's been running over hurdles as well. So it's had a bit of all sorts, really, licorice all sorts. At Pontefract on the turf, a couple of hurdle runs at Sandown and Doncaster. And then last time out it showed to me, even though it's 33 to 1 at Lingfield, that it can win. Now the key thing I'll go back to why I think it can win is A, it's well handicapped off a mark of 73, B, it's got David Probert on, you know, but it's going to get a massive, strong gallop, and that's what this horse needs, a real lickety split, and it's going to get it. And I think drawn 6 is perfect pitch, and again, I think this horse is guaranteed to be there or thereabouts at the end. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it absolutely bolted up, and I think it'll win. I really fancy it. Incidentally, this horse is another one which never been at the races, to be honest, in the last 5-6 runs. 33 to 1, 40s, 16 and 22. You know, it's never been sighted. It's got no form to recommend it at all, really. But that's when you want to be on. And number 2, Stormcatcher, 8:30 Chelmsford, is my second bet of the day for Thursday's action. That's in the all-weather meeting in the evening session at Chelmsford. Right, I've got this one at Clonmel to tell you about, and then 2 at Taunton. Let me give you the one at Clonmel first. I'll be as quick as I can, but it's nice to spend some time together. If you rush too much, it just runs away with you, the message. That's what happens if you try to go too fast. It just runs away with you, and then it all starts to be a bit blah, 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 blah. You know, it all just gets out of hand. So, you know, I've got to talk to you, and I've got to slow it down a little bit to tell you what I know and what information I know. So go to Clonmel. And there's an interesting race there, the 110 at Clonmel. 16 runners go to post. It's an 80 to 102 handicap hurdle. So they're going to pay first 4 or maybe first 5 on it. And there's a very, very interesting dark horse here, you'd say. Number 7, it's called Bella Union. Bella Union, trained by John McConnell, who's one of the sharpest trainers in the business, and runs in an handicap for the first time, ridden by Brian Hayes, who's ridden this gelding before. Another one what's gone off at some colossal prices. The last twice this has run, it's gone off at clickety-click 66 and also 100 to 1, which again tells its own story. It finished 12th of 19 and 9th of 16. But although there's no prices yet given, I think this horse is ready to strike, and it's got 3 noughts next to its name this year. It's only a 6-year-old. Brian Hayes has been booked to ride again, but John McConnell is no one's fool, one of the sharpest trainers in the business, and I think this horse has been laid out to pop up, and that wouldn't surprise me if he did. So each way, there, no problem at all. Number 7, it's called Bella, Bella, and then Union, Union. I don't know what price it is. It could be any price, but I'm on it anyway. And there we go, number 7, Bella Union, 110 at Clonmel. Right, let's go over to Taunton for the 2 last bets of the session. And they're running the 1 o'clock for a start. We'll go to the 1 o'clock at Taunton, which again is a handicap. Nearly all my horses are handicaps, because in handicap races, that's where the big price winners come from. They rarely come from maidens or novice hurdles. I mean, they do, but generally handicap betting is the way to produce big price winners, and that's what I focus on. So nearly all my tips, what I give, averaging price 7 to 1, 8 to 1, are all in handicaps, and that's why. So it's me against the handicapper, basically, isn't it? You know, so that's where I'm going to you know, where I'm coming from. That I pick big price winners because I can beat the handicapper with my selections, and hopefully more times than not. So the 1 o'clock then, in the 1 o'clock at the meeting at Taunton, which hopefully will get the green light to go ahead, and apparently the clerk of the course is quite pleased with it. There's a very interesting horse here, which form figures are pulled up 806. Not very inspiring. Pulled up 806. Trained by Emma Jane Bishop. Again, a very, very unknown, unfashionable trainer. But I think she could win this with number 5. It's called Force de Frap. Force, F-O-R-C-E, then D-E, and then Frap, F-R-A-P. It's written by Harrison Beswick, who claims £3. It's all a bit of a mystery, this, isn't it? Emma Jane Bishop and Harrison Beswick. Well, I do think they've got a good chance here, running off a mark of 84. It's been dropped £5 since its last run. That was on the 11th of November. So the handicap is really beginning to give this young horse, there's only 7, a chance. And I think that Emma Jane Bishop can train a winner here with number 5, Force de Frap. I'm not going to go into it too much. All I can say, it's dropping down the weights very, very fast indeed. And I think on its run at Southall last time, when it was 6 of 13, it showed to me that the horse is a little bit better than the form figures may suggest, and I like it. It's number 5, Force de Frap there, and it's going back over 2 miles from 2.5. Just ran out of gas a bit last time up, And I think that Emma Jane's done really well, Miss Bishop, to put it back to 2 miles. And Harrison Bezick's been booked to ride it again. He rode it last time. And I think this gelding could surprise a lot of people tomorrow. Number 5, Frap. As I say, its form figures are pulled up, 806. So hopefully a big price. 14 winners go to post in the 1 o'clock at Taunton. I'm trying to find you some real big winners here, big price winners in some doubles and trebles to really catch the profit figure. That's why I knocked in a 251 treble last week and a 54 to 1 double on Sunday, because I'm picking big price winners. The Sunday double was 9 to 2 or 6 to 1 into 9 to 2 and 9 to 1 out of 2 bets, 2 winners. And the same thing on the treble on last Tuesday was 9 to 1, 7 to 1 and 130. So we're looking at big prices, big profits, as they say. 1 o'clock at Taunton, then forced to Frap, number 5, and that's my idea of a real value bet. And I wouldn't be surprised if it won. I really wouldn't. And I've said that loads of times to you, and they've won. And so that could well be another one. 308 Taunton then is the final race I'm interested in of the day. It's another tricky little handicap on paper, and I'm sure it is. 11 runners go to post, and we're looking quite competitive, to say the least. But the one I like here is a horse number 6. It's called Lazy Sunday, trained by, again, an unfashionable trainer, Richard Mitford Slade, and ridden by Brian Carver. Number 6, Lazy Sunday. Fell at the first last time up, so you can't say what it were going to done. Fell literally at the first fence. But it was 11 to 4 favourite that day and come down straight away at the first fence. Charlie Deutsch got baboomed straight out of the saddle and gone done. But number 6, Lazy Sunday, I think it's got an outstanding chance of doing the business. I really do. Runs off the same mark, 93. I believe nothing's wrong with the horse. Everything's fine. Then he got far as the first fence, as I say, at Taunton last time. Returns to Taunton. And I think this mare could win. I really do. I think she's really well handicapped. And went off 11 to 4 favourite last time. And I think she's going to be a very, very tough nut to crack. It's number 6, Lazy Sunday, in the 308 at Taunton. I'm going to put it up each way. Don't know what price it is. It's a little bit too early for the prices at the moment. And I wish you the very best of luck. Stormcatcher, 8 o'clock at Chelmsford. And 8:30 at Chelmsford, I beg your pardon, 8:30 at Chelmsford in the final heat of the day. Cahor Retreat in the 5:30 at Chelmsford for David Evans. You've got Forced to Frap in the 1 o'clock at Taunton each way. I do like that horse. I know it's going to be a big price. Not got much form to its name. Lazy Sunday in the 3 o'clock, 308 at Taunton. And the final one in the 110 at Clonmel, Bella Union each way. Another horse with 3 duck eggs next to its name. I think could well win at a very, very big price indeed. There we go. Got through it all. Quite an extensive message that, but there's a lot to talk about. 5 horses, and 2 of them at Chelmsford, 2 at Taunton, and 1 over there in the Emerald Isle. That's it from me to you tonight. Good luck. I shall return, God willing. We'll all be back tomorrow. That's the biggest winner of them all, and I'll be back at 6 o'clock with more action, and that will be for Thursday's racing. Night night.